In the past 24 hours, it has had a loss of 0.77%. There are $2,609 worth of Ethereum. There is a 0.25% decrease in it at the moment. In terms of XRP, the value of USDT and USDC is equal to 99 cents. People, it's getting moving. It is currently coming in on the green at 55.5 cents, which is a 2.57% increase. In terms of market value, all cryptocurrencies are $2 trillion, $3 billion, $17 billion. What comes after this? As was previously stated, we will continue to monitor Bitcoin. As a result, it surpasses its previous all-time high and reaches a new high that it had never reached before. It is time to leave us. Is it still possible that we could fill that certified medical education gap somewhere in the range of $50,000 to $55,000? Actually, there is. It's not likely to happen, but it's not completely out of the question. Be careful not to become overly optimistic. Do not continue for an excessive amount of time just yet. For what reason can we be certain that it will be filled? In reality, it is very simple. Bitcoin reaches a value of more than 74,000. The time has come to take action, but very soon XRP intends to make a significant move. The first objective we set for XRP was to get it to 60 cents. Indeed, 60 cents is correct, however, it has been relocated. At this moment, there are 61.5 cents remaining. The time has come for you to pay attention to that. We have some very important news to share with you, Michael Araton. It was taken by him. He swam the rug that was in the swell and took it there. He was very clear about the fact that he was going to accept it. He was not one to play around. His body began to swell. Swept under the rug. According to appearances, he is currently keeping it in his residence. I wish him the best of luck. I would appreciate it if you could tell me how much he values this rug. Doesn't it look nice and presentable now? All of Arrington's commitments are kept. At this point, I am going to come clean and say that this entire Rippleverse is giving me a headache. The SEC, the date that the SEC filed their appeal was a mixture of different dates. She mentioned that it was due on the 16th, which was either yesterday or on the 15th. To this day, the 16th, we have not received any response. While I was watching the live stream, I had the thought that if it was due on the 16th, they might have handed it in after business hours, and since it is still early, we would find out about it today. The stores have not yet opened their doors. There is a possibility that we will learn about the filing arriving this morning. However, at the moment, we are receiving a variety of updates, so it appears that this is the case. For all intents and purposes, the deadline could be tomorrow, on Friday the 18th. Through 11:59 p.m. What are our plans for the future? What options do we have? It's not too difficult. Be sure to keep your eyes open today. Let's make an effort to do something. Are you familiar with the procedure followed by the SEC? In the event that they do not, they will complete it at the 11th hour and submit it on Friday, which is the deadline. Do you plan to file a complaint? I mean, they presented an argument. I don't understand why they would seek to appeal the decision. If they had known how the Securities and Exchange Commission operates, how dishonest they are, and how they like to put everything off until the last minute, they would not have filed it. They went so far as to submit an appeal that consisted of only one sentence, which they may have written over the course of 2 weeks or even a month, and they did so at the deadline. I am of the same opinion regarding this matter. There will be a hearing for the appeal at the very last minute. On the other hand, this appeal does not alter anything about XRP in any capacity. That is not the case. Reroute the bull run around. There is no change in the price that is going to take place. The fact that XRP is not a security is all that is necessary for us to understand in order to be clear during this bull run. A deal has been reached. The amount of money that Ripple may be required to pay and the number of programmatic sales that they make will both be affected if they are required to pay more money. This information was made public by Jeremy Hogan. He makes the following statement: "Hey, look, I'm trying to figure out how we got the time frame wrong, but I can't see any mistake in the reasoning." This is the form that the STC was required to use in order to appeal, and despite the fact that it was due today, it is not on the docket. In the event that the appeal was not submitted, it will be dismissed. It is stated in that manner. We have a firm belief that this is the case. Because I have never lost a case in federal court, I haven't been going there in the past 3 years. I have always been successful in my cases, so I haven't been going there. On the other hand, I'm going to purchase 10,000 XRP just in case everything turns out okay. I'm going to go to bed after that, and I hope you have a good night, Moon Lambo. Just because you believe that purchasing 10,000 XRP will cause the price to increase is not a good reason to do so. It is important to avoid making hasty decisions because the appeal could still be filed tomorrow. There is a great deal of ambiguity in the world. Had the Securities and Exchange Commission (SEC) not investigated the appeal, I am fairly certain that we would have received word from Ripple, Stewart, or Brad Seating that the lawsuit had been resolved. On the other hand, we have not yet received any communication from NAM, which leads me to believe that this is scheduled to be delivered tomorrow. We will even be aware that it is going to be a wonderful weekend, and we will all be prepared to have a good time. This is going to be the 99th time that the SEC has made us feel bad. It won't be more than 24 hours before we find out. Jay Chains is the one who distributed this. Well, he says, the love triangle was not only broken up but also made public by Bitcoin BTC. On the other hand, it did exactly what he had predicted it would do. From the perspective of the 3-day chart, we are getting closer and closer to the top of a key range that has been in place since March. It is possible that a significant move will occur if the price breaks above 68,000. However, if we continue to reject him, he wants to return to the $66,000 range. At this very moment, it is 67. As of yet, we have not witnessed that break above 68,000. Bitcoin needs to regain its position above the all-time high, which was established just before the market crashed earlier this year and is currently somewhere around 74,000. This is the real issue that needs to be addressed. Despite the fact that Bitcoin is growing green and the market is once again filled with joy, this is still the case. 74,000 is the new high for Bitcoin. The moment to take action is now. If we are unable to surpass 74,000, we should anticipate a decline in the future. My only concern is that all of these cryptocurrencies are currently receiving a great deal of attention on social media. This is the only thing that worries me. When people use social media for an extended period of time, they begin to lose interest in it, and if there is a decline, they are completely wiped out. This will be a brief discussion. There will be a decrease to somewhere between 50,000 and 500,000. It is time to leave us. We are going to fall, but then we are going to get back up again. You are about to take your one and only final dip, people. Always keep a close eye on it. It is the opinion of Michael Salas that in 21 years, I think Bitcoin will be worth 13 million. You have it right. 12 million. Watch out for this. It has been more than 4 years since you purchased Bitcoin, Joe. You have kept it. I tell everyone that this is the case. You ought to purchase it,